Our guests today are all well-known workshop leaders, authors, and lecturers. They are all in the forefront of what's being called the human potential movement. They say that all of us have untapped abilities and that most of us can do seemingly impossible or at least amazing things. Here's our yogi, the master yogi, Walter Thomas. He is the founder of Chicago's Divine Light Temple, author of the book Divine Light Meditation. He says he will levitate in our studio today. He will levitate. Diana Gazes, host of the cable series Gazes into the Future, and she's also the author of the audio tape Metal Bending Healing Workshop. She has taught about 15 million people worldwide the power to bend spoon. She's going to teach our studio audience, and as I mentioned, you viewers at home should get a spoon, or I'm thinking about walking over those hot coals. Get a spoon or a fork ready and you will follow along. Steve Vizak founded the company Challenges Unlimited, where he does things, and you've seen this on TV, bungee jumping, you know, on those cords, those elastic cords off bridges. Well, today he will demonstrate his total physical control by putting that 5-inch needle right through his body, and he tells us he will not bleed, and we hope he is right. TOLLY BURKAN, he is the author of Dying to Live, Guiding Yourself into a Spiritual Reality. He is the director of something called the Firewalking Institute for Research and Education. A master firewalker, he will teach me how to walk across burning coals, which even at this moment are being heated to a temperature of 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. We have New York City's bravest all around. The firefighters are here to make sure that we don't burn down our studio in the meantime. Michael Andron and his wife Lillian, they are karate experts. Michael's a 6th level black belt. He will show us how karate and his work in natural healing go together. It is quite a juxtaposition, karate, which I think of as being aggressive, physical, and if not destructive, then at least physical in the sense that you see all those karate movies, and then natural healing, on the other hand, would seem what you do to the victims of karate, but you'll explain how they go together. Now, to help bring perspective to these believe it or not extraordinary demonstrations today, we have two experts here. Bryce Bond is the host of the 20-year series Dimensions in Parapsychology. He is a psychic investigator. Ford Cross is a well-known psychic entertainer, a hypnotherapist. He's a consultant to the Psychophysical Lab in Princeton, New Jersey. He will rebut or tell us how they really do it, I guess. First, we're going to start with the levitation and the master yogi, Walter Thomas. What, Walter, is the best way to address you? Shall I call you Yogi? Is that what people generally do?
You can call me Walter.
Okay, Walter. I hate to be a skeptic, but I do believe in Newtonian physics, and I don't believe that people can really float in mid-air. Can they?
Yes. I didn't believe it either 10 years ago when I was first levitated. While I was meditating, I was lifted up. And then I sat down again, I was lifted up again, and I asked who was doing it. My inner voice said, I'm God. Levitation is a form of display that there's an energy other than what we are. And it has the capacity to change things and move things and just control our world.
But it seems far-fetched, excuse me for saying that. I mean, isn't it every action there's an equal and opposite reaction? Isn't there the power of gravity pulling us, holding us to the earth? Aren't there physical forces that would make impossible what you suggest?
The scientists would say that, but the spiritualists would say that God is keeping us to earth. And that's the school that I come from. I'm a graduate engineer, and I worked as an engineer for 30 years as a department manager. But I got interested in spiritual work when I was about 40 years old. I had been into this since I was born, but really got serious when I got 40. And after that, I started seeing the light, and the light was guiding me, and I wrote books on how to see the light. And the teaching of my temple in Chicago is that everyone can see the inner light of God. And once you relate to that inner light, it can do things like levitate you, can change your world and conditions with no effort at all.
could you, Master Yogi, come to the box that you will attempt to levitate? But before you start, I want Steve Bizak. Is that the right way to pronounce it? Come on, Walter, you're coming down. Steve.
It's Bizak.
Say it again?
Bizak.
Bizak. Okay, Bizak. I got it. You're going not only to demonstrate your own total physical control, but you're going to draft a civilian from the studio audience who's going to do something that they have heretofore been not trained to do, smash a brick or stick something in their body. What qualifications are you looking for in our volunteers?
Well, I'm looking for a woman, basically somebody who has the ability or the desire to break a brick, and I'll go ahead and choose this one right here.
Okay, now is this a...
What is your name?
Debbie Catherine.
Wait, let me come on over. Now, come on. Now, tell us exactly, Steve, what you're going to do with Debbie.
Well, I think that the action of breaking a brick is very simple, and it can be applied to anyone, and anyone has the ability to do it, and so I'm just going to select somebody out of the audience and teach them how to do it.
Debbie, have you ever done any karate before?
No.
Have you ever done anything like physical, violent, breaking bricks and stuff?
No.
Are you reasonably sure that you can do it?
Yes.
Why?
Because if I put my mind to it, I can do anything.
So you believe in the power of positive thinking then?
Yes, I do.
All right, Steve, you want to take Debbie backstage and...
Sure.
Okay. He's going to teach her how to do it. Master Yogi, I've just been informed by the fire department that the hot coals are ready. Why don't we bring the coals in now? We'll do the firewalking. Tolly Burkan is, as we speak, rolling up his pants, taking off his shoes and socks. I'll do the same. He's going to teach me. Here come the hot coals. We're going to do, Walter, we're going to do your demonstration. Why don't we move the box? Okay. And we'll do your demonstration in the next commercial break. You can start, why don't you start shoveling the hot coals, guys? And in the meantime, as they shovel the hot coals, come on, whoa, I can feel the heat. You feel it? Okay. Jim Bob, turn down the studio lights. As people can see, this is real hot. All right, you can see this is real hot stuff here. Okay. You can toast marshmallows on that, I guarantee. They're going to be shoveling the hot coals. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, Tolly Burkan is going to walk on these hot coals, and he's going to teach me how to do it, too. And then the Master Yogi will levitate. But first, hopefully, I'll walk on fire. Oh, my God. No. I'm standing here with New York City firefighter. What's your name?
Bernard Coulson.
Okay, bring the lights down, Jim Bob. You can see the heat. Now I want you to verify how hot that looks.
That's very, very hot. I wouldn't walk them, believe me when I tell you.
So you think I'm insane to try this?
I do, I really do.
All right, Tolly Burkan, why will I be able to walk? Why will you be able to walk across that? This guy's got a thermometer here that's showing now it's 160 degrees. It's going up. It'll go closer to 1,000 degrees. They just put the thermometer in there. Why won't you burn your feet? Why won't I burn mine?
Well, actually, this is a big controversy. Everybody disagrees. Nobody knows for sure why this is possible. My own theory is that when you know you can do something, you create a chemical state in your body.
I'm trying to do that right now. Think snow. Think snow. Think Aspen. Think Deer Valley.
250,000 Americans have done this without burning their feet. We've had very, very few people get burned. So the question...
But you have had some people get seriously burned, though.
Yes, we have. I'm more curious about the people...
But that won't be me, though.
No.
Because I have a positive attitude about life. Right. And I am a warrior. I'm going to walk across that, and it's not going to burn me.
When we have talked to people who got burned,
yes,
we find that before they walked out on the coals, they knew they were going to burn their feet. So now what we do is we tell people...
Okay, it's getting 200 degrees. I mean, that's some boiling water now.
And
inner guidance.
If some inner guidance tells you you can do this without burning your feet, you can feel
inner
confident.
Guidance, please tell me. My heart is thumping away. You can hear lubba-dub, lubba-dub. It's, I guarantee
that should be a lot hotter. I'm wondering if the probe is...
Yeah, the probe's probably not in there. We know it's... I mean, it's very hot. We get the picture. All right, yeah, there it goes. There, the probe isn't far enough. But we know how hot it is, Tolly. It's hot enough to boil feet and blood and bone and...
This is such an empowering experience that even without knowing why it works, once a person has done it, they feel...
Any volunteers in the audience?
They feel like they can do almost anything.
Okay.
It's an amazing...
All right, you're going to do it first, though.
I'll do it first.
All right, I'm going to take my shoes off. Oh my God, does that thing? Okay, so Tolly, go on that side and walk this way.
I think you can take the thermometer out. We've
Okay, we get the
established
idea.
that it's
I am
very
so hot. You feel the heat? I mean, this is for real. Right? This is the... Viola, look at my Viola. She's over there so worried.
So people know what we did to create this. We burned a half cord of oak downstairs in the parking lot. And when oak glows red, it's usually about 1,250 degrees. They pour engine blocks for cars at 1,100 degrees.
My feet are sweating. Is that going to make them broil and sizzle?
It doesn't seem to matter.
Oh, here goes Tolly. Here goes Tolly. Okay. Soft snow. Cool. Repeat after me. Soft
We
snow.
should bring the lights down a little bit. You can
Cool. Soft.
see. The lights should come down a little bit.
Bring the lights down a little, Jim Bob. Cool. Soft snow. Cool. Soft snow. Cool. Soft snow. Cool. Soft snow. Take a break. The master Yogi is going to levitate next. And I'm never going to do that again, I promise. It's Geraldo's Believe It or Not. Get a shot of my foot, Jim Bob. Man in a bucket. We did it. All right, the levitation is next. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Some fairly wild things in my day, but I think this tops it all. We have some more civilian volunteers. Now, why in the world do you want to do something like that?
Well, I've done this before, and I feel that the Firewalk is a very empowering experience. It gets you in touch with your personal power.
Is that what it's done to me? And you?
Excuse me. I just done an 80-foot firewalk, and it's very exciting. And what this does for somebody, it enables them to get in touch with the power within to allow miracles to happen. Human beings are incredible, and they are miraculous, and that's what the message is here today. We can all do this and love ourselves and love others more.
All right. Well, that's a good reason. Give me a drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. Sir? For some reason, I don't feel quite so so filled with joyous spirit. Okay, we're going to let these coals cool down a little bit. Thank you. Are you okay? Your feet, you want to douse them in the ice water at all? Not at all. Okay, all right. Yeah. Show off. Sit down. Now, Master Yogi, when last we spoke, you were about to demonstrate how you were going to levitate this box. It's a pretty heavy box. It's
48 pounds.
48, I was going to say 50
But to me,
pounds.
it's a 200 pounds.
Okay, so with you in it, it's 200 pounds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what exactly will you do?
I will move.
I mean, don't tell us how it works. Tell us what you're going to do.
I'm
what we'll
going to move
see.
the box across the room and then turn it toward you. And while I move it across the room, I want you to pray with me, saying, I love you, God.
May we look underneath the box to make sure there's no wheels on it or anything?
Down.
Okay.
Look in it, anything.
All right,
yeah.
come on.
I think
Let's
that's very
check out
healthy.
underneath. Are there any little rollers or anything
Have
on there?
anybody look at it?
Take a shot. Take a shot of the underneath the box.
Then take a shot inside.
Okay, so there, it's just the rug there.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Now we'll look inside the box.
From the back. It opens from the back.
From the back.
Uh-huh.
From the back. Where's the open? The bottom. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Here you go. All right. That's just plywood. Just two handles. I guess that you just grip those. And
That's right.
Okay. Well, come on, Master Yogi.
All right.
Let's go.
To take this roll.
Incidentally, Tolly, later in the program, Tolly Burkan will tell us more about how this firewalking stuff, what's the significance of it. But in the meantime, here we are. The Master Yogi, Walter Thomas, the box, 35 inches by 31 inches by 23 inches, 48 pounds empty with him in it. 200 pounds we have seen underneath. There are no rollers. There are no hidden devices inside. I certify that. Shall I lock it for you, Yogi? Do you want me to latch it for you, Walter?
You can.
Okay, let me latch this up.
As long as you remember to unlatch it.
Yeah. And here's the second latch there. Okay. The Master Yogi, Walter Thomas, is in the box. So far, it's moving, but I haven't seen it actually levitate yet. Don't go into the fire, Walter. I don't know, maybe the studio lights are reducing his altitude.
Too much energy?
Too much energy. Wait, don't get out that side.
Ooh, no.
Don't get out that side. I think I'm going to spin you around
I'll
a
go
little, Walter,
further,
if I may. Okay, I'm going to get you away from these hot coals. I don't know, maybe. All right. You want to try again, Master Yogi, or?
You want it going this way?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see. Let's see. No, give the guy a break. Yeah, break.
What happened?
You think it's easy to levitate? You try it at home someday. All right.
What happened?
I don't, what happened? Let me just go to one of our, let me go to Ford Cross. What happened, Ford?
With this, he proved that the laws of physics work. I too believe in God, but God set up the laws of physics. I saw no levitation. I saw a man with remarkably good shape for a man his age move a box around on the floor.
Bryce, would you agree? Bryce Baum?
Well, the thing is that I've known Walter before, and I've seen him in Chicago without the box. And he just simply went up and came down again, and there's no fanny bumps like
You saw him actually get off the ground?
in Chicago.
I can do that here.
You can?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need any props or anything?
No.
Get away from those coals.
Yeah. The box is heavy.
Let's see. Let's see. All right, now no box, no tricks. Don't try this at home. Oh, try it at home. That's enough. We get it. Walter Thomas, the Master Yogi, believe it or not, Walter has not quite succeeded in convincing our audience that he managed levitation. But Walter, we do not in any way doubt your sincerity.
Yeah.
Steve Vizak.
Vijay.
I'm going to get it right one of these days. No one is named Smith or Ford anymore. Don't. How is Debbie doing?
She's doing excellent.
Do you, Debbie, feel prepared to break a brick?
Definitely.
You're going to break that with those little lady hands there?
Yes.
Now, do we believe she's going to break this brick?
Yes.
Wait, why don't you think she's going to do it?
Well, first of all, I don't think she has any experience in martial arts. From the way that she's appearing, that smile doesn't look too intimidating either.
Do you hear that? You hear the voice of skepticism there, Debbie, but you feel convinced. Geraldo's Believe It or Not. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my God.
Focus.
Don't you want to take your rings off? She's done it! Debbie has done it! So what do you think now? Big shot, huh? stand up. Give her a standing ovation. You're on. Yeah. We'll be right back. Even the skeptics are applauding. From Ford and Bryce, our two resident skeptics, on the Yogi. But how do you explain this, fellas? I mean, I walked across it. I unlike Tolly, felt extreme heat, but I am not hobbled. I'm not burned, certainly not to any substantial.
Two principles are in effect. One, imagine Thanksgiving, you're cooking a turkey. The turkey's at 350 degrees temperature.
Right.
You open the oven.
Right.
The air is 350, the turkey is 350, the walls of the oven are 350. They're all 350. You put your hand in the air, you feel heat, but you don't get burnt. Air is a poor conductor of heat.
While I agree with you, in this case, our feet were not in the air, they were on the coals, on the coals.
You know, they were on the ash. You can't burn something without ash. There's coals underneath there.
You want to walk across that thing?
I have difficulty walking. No, this is not a cop-out.
So do I now, but...
No, may I...
Sure, go ahead. And then I want Tolly to respond.
Who's ever juggled a hot potato between two hands to get it on a plate understands that as you walk across in 6 steps, you're walking across. If you could really regulate your body so it doesn't cook, you could stand in the middle and you wouldn't get burned. Or you could put metal plates across. That would conduct the heat better.
What about the lady behind you walked 80 feet? Steve, aren't you the world's record holder in the Guinness Book of Records? How long did you walk on fire?
Well, I'm in the Guinness Book for hottest temperature ever walked on barefooted by a human at 1,546 degrees, but we also did the world's longest firewalk of 120 feet. I myself have walked on steel. For Cairo in Seattle last week, we had a person stand in the coal bed, same coal bed as this, for 35, 40 seconds without getting burned. I do disagree with what he says. When you reach into the arm and you glance your arm on the element, you got burned because you weren't paying attention. It was not your intention to touch the rack. When you intend to do it and you accept full responsibility for your actions, then you are basically become unlimited because you can grab that rack and move it as long as you have an intention to do it.
I want to add something here. I want to add something here. The kahuna of Hawaii walk on lava flows, which are very conductive.
That takes big kahunas.
The Vikings walked on glowing steel chains. The Fijians today walk on glowing hot rocks, all very conductive surfaces.
My feet are getting warmer and warmer as they...
One time, when a coal shot out and I didn't realize it, and I stepped on that coal, not knowing it was going to be there, I got very badly burned. So there's a difference between getting in the state of mind and saying, I can do this, I will do this, I will not burn, because they definitely can burn. I've been burned by these when I've inadvertently stepped on them.
You can control the pain with your mind, but you can't control your body's being affected by heat.
Bryce, you have a comment?
We just did. We just did.
Let's hear from Bryce.
The thing is, it's mind over matter, and throughout recorded history, they've been using the mind to do all kinds of impossible feats. And this, if you have a focus and your intention is right, you can go across this and not even be...
But do you folks, let me ask the lay people here, the civilians, do you believe in mind over matter? Do you think it's possible that there really is? That you can will away the chill, for example, in a winter day with a T-shirt, something like that?
Geraldo?
Oh, yes.
I'd like to actually give this explanation because it's very simple. If you imagine right now that you're sucking on a lemon, even though there's no lemon here, I'll bet you had some kind of an experience in your mouth. It's because every cell in your body is connected to a nerve, which is connected to the brain, which is influenced by the mind. So it's not mind over matter, it's literally mind in matter.
Diana Gazes, a woman who has made a worldwide spectacle out of bending spoons, but for what purpose do we bend these spoons, Diana?
Spoon bending is not about spoon bending, Geraldo. It's about seeing a demonstration of the power of the mind and how we affect all of our reality. I've worked with executives all over the world, business people, computer presidents, real estate folks, children, room full of children and people in their 80s. Across the board, we have seen that everyone and anyone can do it. I used to be an executive years ago for CBS. And when I left, I started to explore exceptional human abilities, looking at that as perhaps we are seeing the forerunners of the species. And what is our next step? You know, it's wake-up time for planet Earth, and the ecology, the environment is forcing us to say, have we created that? And if we've created it, do we have to shift our mindset to create a world that really works for us instead of cutting trees down and polluting the ocean?
Okay, that's quite a jump, though, from the admittedly severe need to preserve our ecology and bending the home cutlery. But do you really believe that the ordinary folks here in our studio, let's see your spoons, flash them, that they will, and I don't mean bend it in the, you know, physically bend it, but through power, mind power, be able to bend it?
Geraldo, I have given workshops literally all over the world and taught millions. There's not been one television show or radio show that I've taught that people did not bend. Tonight I'm giving a workshop in New York City where I live, and over 85% of the people here will have an experience of bending spoons.
Okay, now I have a 2-minute commercial break to take. Shall I do it now, or you want to start them thinking on what to do? And, all right, start thinking, but don't bend them yet, those of you who have this amazing ability. So think about your spoon bending. You folks at home, get out the best cutlery, the silverware, no, not the silverware, get the aluminum stuff out. And Diana Gazes will be teaching you how to bend your own spoon. Stay with us. Okay, we're about to try it. All right, come on out. My own staff is here too. Come on out. David, Sharon, Bobby. Okay, come on, Penny, our producer. Okay, Susanna, makeup person. We're all gonna try it. You folks in the audience, ready? Yes. I have my spoon. Diana.
Okay.
Take it away.
What I'd like you to do first, I'm just going to guide you in a little bit of breath technique to build your energy up. So you out there,
3 minutes.
You out there in the home audience, just breathe in for the count of 3, everybody. Hold your breath for 3. Breathe out for 3. Hold for 3. Breathe in deeply. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Feel that energy. Breathe out. Hold. Okay. Now, hold your spoon as I am. Feel what it feels like to bend it, but do not bend it. The process we're going to do is warm forming. So I'm going to now ask you in a moment to close your eyes. Let me tell you what I'm going to do, and then we'll do it.
Okay.
First, you're going to close your eyes, and then you're going to see a ball of white light, like your soul star above you. It's going to go down through your head, your neck, across your shoulders, down your arms. You're going to feel the charging and the tingling in your fingers and in your hands. And then I'm going to say, okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3. You're all going to shout then, bend, bend, bend. And there's going to be a window of time between 1 second and 30 seconds where this gets warm, it gets molten, it gets hot. Then twist it and turn it with a little bit of strength, but not nearly the strength that you felt as if it were going to bend.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's begin. Okay. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Imagine a ball of white light, a star above your head, about 3 inches above your head, vibrating in every direction. Breathe in that powerful energy. Now bring it down through the top of your head, down your neck, across your shoulders, down your arms, into your elbows. Take another deep breath to charge it up. Into your forearms, into your wrist, into your fingers. Get ready to bend when I count 3. 1, 2, 3. Bend! Shout!
Bend! 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 Bend!
Yell it out if you
Bend! 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 Bend!
Hold it up
Bend!
and stand.
Mine's not bending.
Hold it up and stand.
Bend!
Good.
Bend! 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 Look at Penny. Penny and Dave. How many? Look, we got some bends. All you successful benders, stand up. Oh my God. Now really, you didn't use a lot of force?
No. I felt it come.
Oh, cool. Hold the bends. Hold the bending of it. You really?
I felt it come right through my hands. I felt the heat that Diana was talking about, and it just...
Really? How about you?
Oh, it was great. I did everything just the way she told me to do it, and it worked.
Really?
It worked, just like that.
Come on, you bent that. Who are you kidding?
I did. It just happened. I don't know.
You lying?
No, I'm not.
You lying, you're dying. Well, let me ask you over here. Come on.
Hi.
Did it really bend for you?
Sure. Look, it's in half.
And Vi, you didn't bend it with string?
Well, it was easy to bend. I bend it.
Now, wait, did you cheat or was it a bull of lightning?
Cheat.
Viola would never cheat. No, never. And Penny, our producer, it really happened?
I did bend it. Actually, I just felt, suddenly I felt it get really loose and soft, and I just pressed gently, and there it bent.
And Bobby, security?
Same feeling.
Get out of here. Well, I don't know how you folks at home did. My spoon is still straight. I was thinking, my vibes, I don't know. I got hot feet. What are you talking about? Spending boom. So, Bryce?
No, there's a frequency the scientists have investigated that there's a 7 hertz frequency when you put your intention into the spoon to say bend, bend, bend. There's like a 7 hertz electrical frequency that does soften the metal. The same thing they've investigated with healers. It's an 8 hertz frequency. It's different.
Ford Cross, you don't buy that.
No way. Then why do you have to hold the spoon always bend somewhere in the middle? Why can't you put it on the table and have it bend while you're thinking it? Why can't you hold this end and have the other end bend?
But I notice yours is bent, though.
Certainly, it's bent by kinetic force. You want to see it bend some more? Uses an unconscious response. Any of you who've ever played with a pendulum or sex detector?
A sex detector?
Yeah, it's one of these things you
I
hold
want to
on.
get one of those.
You know, you hold it over a pregnant woman, and if it goes in a circle, it's going to be a girl. If it goes back and forth, it's going to be a boy. And what it moves
Congratulations,
by,
Bryce.
Yes, yes. That's phenomenal.
And we're picking out furniture next week. But what it works...
A dream couple. Bryce Bond and
The
Ford
odd
Cross.
couple.
Diana, they're saying that there's a physical reason, and people subconsciously use their power to bend those spoons. Your response?
Geraldo, when are we going to stop doubting and instead start encouraging, start funding, start researching human capabilities? When is that going to happen? When is Congress, instead of voting it down last year, when are we going to start paying for that?
Take a break. Believe it or not. Geraldo, believe it or not, I'm standing here with 4 of New York's bravest, all from Engine 3, our local firehouse. So, you saw it. My feet are a little warm now, but I'm not crippled. What do you think?
Well, I would have never done it. Never.
But you guys see fire in its most destructive form. Any explanation?
I have none. No, I don't know how it's done. I really don't. I'm baffled. I'm baffled.
What about you?
I saw the wood burning. I can't believe it.
I mean, it was a legitimately hot fire.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
All right. Well, there it is, guys. Thank you very much. Now it's time for Steve Vizak, who, as we promised at the top of this program, was going to stick a pin through his skin, a 5-inch long pin. He says that he's going to do it bloodlessly. Now, you have a close-up of the pin. There it is. This is a real pin. Now, Steve, are you sure you want to do this?
Well, I'm in the situation. Might as well go for it.
So you're going to go. This is the same guy who jumps off of bridges with those bungee things, and there he goes. He's sticking the needle. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Why does everybody grimace? That's the one.
Oh, I can't believe it. Wait a second.
On the other side.
Take a look at this. It's right through his hand. Look at that. Take that close-up again, Jim Bob. Look at this. Look at that. Ooh. Well, I guess the next question is, Steve, why are you sticking pins in your hand for?
Well, there's a couple reasons why I do. Science says that we only use about 10 or 12%.
Is it bloodless? I mean, are you bleeding now?
No.
You can take the pin out anytime.
It's fine. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't. Oh, don't.
in.
Wait a second. What do you think about what you're seeing?
Oh, I think it's wild. I think you should take it out, though, and see what happens then.
Yeah, let's see if it bleeds. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, God. Ugh. Oh. No. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. 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 I do have one. Is he bleeding?
I am bleeding. Part of that is when I'm coming out, my hands are so slippery right now from grabbing the needle that I couldn't grab a hold of it to really pull it out. Do we have a tissue?
Give me this camera right here. Don't, under any circumstances, try this at home. I mean, Penn and Teller said that in their recent special, but I'm telling you, this is a real pin. That's real blood, real hot coals. Don't try any of it. Oh, no, don't show close-ups of the blood. Come on, bring some assistance to this man. Steve. Ford Cross, what do you think?
It would be less impressive if he did it through his earlobe as every woman who wears earrings has done. It's real. He's jabbed a hole in his hand. If he does it often, he'll open up a channel in his hand that'll make it easier to go through. He's obviously found a spot that has a minimum amount of blood vessels. If the needle is clean and aseptic, he'll have no problem. He's learned to control pain, which is not as difficult as that to do. I have done things like that. But it doesn't prove anything except that you're a master of your own
Don't you hurt?
No. There's no pain whatsoever.
That's a matter of mind over matter. I work as a hypnotherapist. That's mind over matter.
Let me explain something. When I was a kid, I experienced quite a bit of discomfort. I've broken bones, and that's one of the reasons why I learned this exercise. To me, this is just an exercise. It's a way for me to practice and get spontaneous results from my experience. Because if I do that and I experience pain, something has to change up here for me to allow myself not to experience pain. If a person, science says we only use about 10 or 12% of our mental power. What about the other 88 or 90% of our mental power? When we start using this, if we don't use this, we lose it. So for me, this was just an exercise for me to practice using this so I don't experience pain in my life. And if we were able to teach this to people that were having chemotherapy or, cancer or whatever type of situations, burn victims, etc., then we all of a sudden basically become unlimited because we are now being able to take people who before used to experience pain or didn't do things because of the emotion of fear, and now teaching them how to use their mind and change their focus to then be free from fear, be free from pain. And that's what these kind of experiences are about.
Bryce, do you buy that?
Absolutely. I think it's like, this is easy compared to getting rid of a bad relationship. There's more pain in that than it is in this.
By all means.
It's simply a matter of focusing. I've seen this done so many times, and it's very real. It's simply, again, focusing and mind over matter.
One thing, the whole New Age phenomenon has recruited a legion of skeptics. People say, oh, there's a bunch of nuts walking around with crystals, etc. But I think there is, as everyone, even Ford suggests, unused capabilities in our minds.
Oh, huge unused capabilities.
And also the nuts, too.
There's the nuts also, definitely. But you really can, by focusing, I think, give yourself some strength. I got to take a break, Tolly, and then we'll talk to you next. And we'll show that karate demonstration. Michael Andron and family. All those, believe it or not, continues. We're back with Michael Andron here, who's going to break this brick. Let me see, it's definitely a real heavy brick. And Michael, what's the point of showing us that you can do this?
Like all of the demonstrations, it's basically to break open our minds a little bit, to open our minds to the possibilities that something else exists. We've talked about mind and body.
Hurry, we only got a minute.
Okay, we're talking about mind and body. What makes many of these things happen, according to the scientists who are researching it, is electromagnetic energy, scalar waves. By tuning into these things, there are things that we can do. What makes the mind cause the body to do something is the flow of that energy. We'll show that in several different ways.
Oh, wait, we only have ways, you know, we only have time for one. I've run out of time here, so quickly. This is not a freak show, as Tolly would say. Tell us why, as Michael does this. Quick. Whoa! Okay.